Om Shanti and greetings of peace from Mount Abu to all of you in South Africa. It gives me great pleasure to be with you all here today. And we have a very beautiful subject and I came to know that this month is the Women's Month. And being a woman, I also feel part of it. The subject that is chosen today is the soul, women, the soul of the society. And definitely, when I was thinking upon this subject, how just as the body without the soul is dead, cannot function. Similarly, I was thinking about a society without women, which is next to impossible. That society cannot grow, that cannot function. It would be handicapped completely and will not function at all. And therefore, people have said that in this word women, men is there. Just as our sister Usha was saying that Brahma Kumaris being the daughters of Brahma, and Brahma is known as the creator. So the women are also playing a great role in creating a new world. Not just new world, but in the creation of a society as well. In the creation of a home, in the creation of a family. So, the soul is the essence. Women are the essence. I was thinking about the Hindu mythology. And in the Hindu mythology also, with each god there is a goddess shown. With Brahma, Saraswati is shown. With Narayan, Lakshmi is shown, or Vishnu, Lakshmi is shown. And with Shankar, or Parvati is shown. So the goddess is always before the god. Lakshmi, Narayan, Radhe, Krishna, Sita, Ram. So it is always the goddess before the god. And when gods have given this honor to the goddesses, I think today's society also needs to think and give this honor. Because in today's society it is Mr. and Mrs. The Mr. comes first. Instead, it should be Mrs. and Mr., isn't it? So that's why I said from the ancient culture of India, this is from where we hail. And being in that culture now, maybe, why the men have come before the women is because somewhere we have lost something within us. And that something is somewhere we have lost those values which were within us. And now again the time has come to tap them out, bring them out in our practical life. Because if we look at all the rivers in India, they are also named after ladies, women. Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati, Kaveri, Krishna, all are named after women, isn't it? And I was thinking that if the women today become Ganges, people go and bathe in the Ganges to become pure. But what if today's women become Ganges practically to purify each and every member of the family. There's no need for people to go to the Ganges. We have to bring a shift in our consciousness so that we again elevate ourselves to that level that we become the Ganges in the house, in the homes. Not only that, but our most holiest scripture is Gita. And Gita again is the name derived from women. What if women become Gita? If women become Ganges and if women become Gita, can't we change the whole world? Gita means the essence of wisdom which God has imparted. And He named it Gita, Bhagwad Gita. That which is uttered by God Himself, Bhagwan Vach. And His every word has so much of wisdom in it. But today's women are running away from wisdom. So if I really want to elevate myself, to bring about a change or to become the change agent, I need to inculcate that Gita and become practically the embodiment of Gita. And if I am able to become that embodiment of Gita, I can bring about a change in the family, in the society at large. We can become change agents, isn't it? We can become those catalysts to bring that change everywhere in the world. Because we are the protectors of wisdom in the society. It is the role of a woman that she protects the maryadas, she teaches the children, she imparts that sanskaras to the children. So if we are the ones to impart the sanskars to the children, I have to be practically the embodiment of Gita. Then only I can impart the right sanskaras in the world today, isn't it? So this is the shift that we need to bring in our lives. Who am I? When the Navratri comes and we celebrate the 9 nights of the goddesses, each and every goddess is representing something, a female character. Like beginning with the first night, which is said to be Shailputri. Shailputri. Putri means a girl child that was born. So she represents, all of her forms are shown in the 9 nights. Beginning from Shailputri, which is like a daughter that is born to Himalayas, and she is worshipped. Ancient days were such that they used to, whenever a girl child was born in the family, they used to abandon that child. They were upset. But that is why maybe in our culture, it was shown that no, she is also worship worthy. So Shailputri, she is worship worthy. Why do we have to abandon that child, girl child? No. She is worship worthy. So that is why they worshipped Shailputri. Then the second one comes is Brahmacharini. When she is in her teens, she is also worship worthy. Why? Because in India, In the teens, as soon as the girl would enter the teens, they would make her stop studying. She has no right to study. So, the cultural background says, or the Indian wisdom says, no, she is also worship worthy and she has the right to be educated. She has the right to know the world. So that is why she is worthy of worship. Then the third day, she is worshipped as Chandraghanta. Chandra means the full moon. When she is blossomed fully, a girl has blossomed fully. She is like Chandraghanta. She has all the beauty in her. She has everything in her. But in the olden times, they used to make, instead of letting her blossom, they got her married at an early age. No studying. She had no right. Oh, you have to look after the kitchen and all that only. Then why is the need for you to study? But no, the girl has a right to fully blossom and know the world as it is. So instead of getting her married very quickly, in the ancient days, she was worshipped as Chandraghanta. Then comes Kushmunda. Kushmunda means when she gets married and she is worthy of giving birth to a child. That stage is also important. She is worship worthy in that stage as well. Therefore, when the ladies get pregnant, they worship that she is going to bring or extend the family. So she is worshipped. So that stage is also worshipped. Each and every phase of women is worshipped in India in this 9 nights. Then comes Skandamata, when she is given birth. When she gives birth, she extends the family. That stage is also because a new woman is born. With the child, it is said the woman also takes a new birth. Her feelings change, everything starts changing. So that stage is also worship worthy. Not only that, but after that, whenever any situation comes up in the family, then she would be like Kalaratri. She would stand in front. She would protect the family. Whatever may come, any situations, but she is there to face everything and she is there to overcome, would not allow the family to be affected at all. She becomes Kalratri. Each and every form, so beautifully explained, but till now, nobody explained us. All this, that these are our forms. These are not just the goddesses' forms. These are our forms. And that is why the woman is the soul of the society. After Kalratri, then comes Gauri. That when the family goes extended, then she blesses them. She gives her blessings to all the members of the family. She protects them also. She gives them blessings also, make them move forward on the basis of her own experiences. She guides them. And then it is Siddhidatri. And Siddhidatri means the one who always has good wishes that let my family prosper in each and every field that they can. She will do everything. But nowadays, what happens? They abandon the old parents in the old age homes. When they are there to bless the family, when they are there to, without their blessings, the family cannot progress. But what happens? They open up old age homes and put the parents in the old age homes, not realizing that this stage is also worship worthy. So all the forms from Shailputri to Siddhidatri, each and every form is worthy of worship. The people will go out in Navratri, celebrate each and every goddess, but at home, they don't give value to the women who are looking after the home, who are the real goddesses of the home. So, this is why the need of the hour is that we need to bring this awakening in each and every minds, in each and every hearts, and allow the women to understand their value, what is their value and how they can bring a difference. Instead of just tolerating, instead of just suppressing themselves, no. We have to become that goddess of the home, so that when we value ourselves, everybody is going to value. If we don't value ourselves, if we just suppress ourselves, then what is going to happen? Nobody else is going to allow you to flourish, to become a goddess. So we should value ourselves, realizing our true importance. Our true importance. Otherwise, people are ready to put them in the old age homes. And then we listen to their stories, and what happens? It really brings tears in our eyes when we listen to their stories, what is happening with them, what have they gone through, and how they suppressed themselves and they were not able to speak up. They were not able to give themselves that value. That is why this is happening to them. So, being the soul of the society, this is where I have to understand my real worth. When I understand my real worth and I start following those disciplines in my life, then definitely everybody is going to look at me with that vision. So it is all depending upon us, how I look at myself. Otherwise, what will happen? People will always take advantage and then make use of us, and then we are like nothing, good for nothing in the family. No, this is not our worth. Our worth is something very high. I was reading some days back an article in the Times of India, The Speaking Tree, and it was an article of Dr. Patnaik. And he writes something very beautiful, and he says that why with each and every god there is a goddess. Like with Brahma, Saraswati is shown. Saraswati is the embodiment of knowledge, wisdom. That is why she is shown sitting on a swan. A swan is like so intelligent that it is able to differentiate between what is good and what is bad, what is pebbles and what is gems. It is able to differentiate very easily. So she is shown sitting on the swan, and she has, being the embodiment of wisdom, she is shown with all the scriptures in her hand. That is why when we put the children in the school, especially in India, every day they have Saraswati Vandana. They worship Saraswati, they sing the praise of Saraswati, and ask Saraswati that let that wisdom also come in me, the children. But just by invoking Saraswati, the wisdom would not come, definitely. For that, we need to make those efforts. So in any creation, anything we want to do in life, anything even the men want to do in life, first they need to have wisdom of how to go about with it. If they don't have the wisdom and they just create something, it won't last long. It will completely be crushed. So it is always said, anything that is created, if the wisdom is attached to it, if anything is done with a knowledgeable intellect, then it starts flourishing. So Saraswati has to be there. That is why in the modern corporate world, we find there are training programs organized by the HR in all the companies. Why? Training programs means invoking Saraswati. When Saraswati would be there, then the company which is established is going to flourish. If Saraswati is not there, what would happen? Ego problems would rise. And ego clashes will come in such a way that will make the company collapse. So, the wisdom training programs has to be instilled from time to time so that the ego comes down. Otherwise, the ego clashes are going to be more. Secondly, it is said, if any company or anything that is created, if you leave Saraswati aside, no wisdom, not allowing the training programs or the knowledge to come in, but if directly a person invokes Lakshmi, creation and Lakshmi cannot go together. It is always Brahma and Saraswati that goes together. Not Brahma and Lakshmi. So, it is only through wisdom that any creation can be successful. But together with that, in order to give sustenance to the people so that Lakshmi makes the way to come in. If Lakshmi is invoked, then that sustenance will also not be accurate. So, first we have to sustain. In families also, we have to sustain. Women are not just Saraswati, but they are the Brahma. They are the creators. So, in order to give their creation a good guidance, a good sustenance, not that they invoke Lakshmi first, everything money, 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 money. To these children, show them money and they are like, we want money. And then afterwards, what happened? The real sustenance is not there. So they land up in drugs, in something else, and they spoil their lives. So being the creators, when we have Saraswati, that is, we instill wisdom in them and give them sustenance on the basis of Saraswati, knowledge, wisdom, not showing them Lakshmi first, but give them sustenance in such a manner, sustain them with those values, then Lakshmi would automatically come. And then they are able to have Durga in their life means whatever evil comes up, they will be able to destroy the evils also. But if no proper sustenance is given through values, and if money becomes the main part, then that money can destroy them completely. So this is why the 3 gods and 3 goddesses are kept in front of us, which gives us the real meaning of how families or societies need to be sustained, need to be in the order so that no evils can come in. We find that evils are prevailing everywhere. Why the evils are there? Because no proper sustenance is given on the basis of values. Isn't it? So it is destroying the lives of people. And that is when some people start blaming women. What are they doing? Recently, in Mount Abu, there was a couple who came. They had their only son. And the father was a very well-known doctor in Bangalore. He was a big surgeon. His name was very big. And the mother was a social worker. Both of them were engaged in their own work. The child was alone at home. Whenever he wanted anything, they would give him money every time. No sanskars were given. Finally, that boy landed up in a company where they were into drugs, and he was in the drugs. He started taking drugs. The parents were not aware of it. Whenever he asked for money, he was given the money. One day, he came so late at night. Both were worried. 12 o'clock is not arrived, 1 o'clock is not arrived, 2 o'clock is not arrived. What has happened to this child? Why is he not at home? 3 o'clock. The child comes in a intoxicated state. And when he comes, the husband and wife both were fighting. Till then, you didn't pay attention to the child. The mother said you didn't give him time. Both were fighting. And the child enters at 3 o'clock early morning. And so the mother got so angry. Why did you come at this time? You should have not come. And the father said, why didn't you kill yourself? It is better you would have died instead of making us give the tension to us. And he was in that intoxicated state. So he writes a letter at night. Mother, you said, why did you come at this time? I'm leaving the house forever. You won't have to listen because of me. And to the father he said, you wanted better die than to come at home at this time. So tomorrow morning, please keep my body outside. And he drank something, committed suicide. Early morning when the parents, they got up and they were trying to wake him up and they found the note and he is dead. And they were both like so much affected. Why does this happen in families? This is not just one news that we hear. So many news are coming up. Why? We have time for everyone in the society. But do we have time for ourselves? Do we have time for our children? Do we give them the right sustenance? Are we playing that role of the soul in the society? If we are able to do that, we can nurture our homes, our families in such a way that we can feel proud of ourselves, we can feel proud of our family as well, our family members as well. This is the role that is needed for the women to play. We celebrate, we have to celebrate, just imagine. We have to celebrate a week, Women's Week, Women's Day. We have to celebrate a month. Why? Why is the need to celebrate? Because somewhere we have lost. We are lost completely. And that is why, to remind us of our roles, we have to celebrate. So that we become aware of what my role is and in which manner I have to play that role. So, I always say 4 R's in life for a woman: roles, responsibility, routines, and relationships. These are the 4 R's that we need to take care of. The role I have to play in my family, in the society, and that all depends upon my routine from morning till evening, with my relationships and roles, relationship, routines, and responsibility. So these are the 4 R's that I need to take care of very well. And then I can see the response that is going to come from the other side. Everywhere. So these 4 R's need to be taken care of very well. Then only I can be that soul of the society. If these 4 R's are not there, if my roles are changing continuously and I am confused which role I have to play. Sometimes I play the role of a mother, but sometimes I play the role of a boss maybe. Sometimes I play the role of a colleague. No, all the roles. A mother's role, a woman's role in the family, in the society, she has to play all the roles. But we don't have to mix up the roles. We have to be very careful while playing that role. Our routine should be such that we are able to give time to everyone. And we have that capacity, we have that ability to give time to everyone. Together with that, our relationships, all the relationships have to be taken care of. Not just any particular relationship we have to pay attention and the others can be neglected. No. Then also we cannot be successful. So we have to take care of all the relationships and the responsibilities towards all those relationships as well. So these are the 4 R's we have to take care of. And then we can see the response. The response would be such that will be positive and will be accepted by everyone. But if I'm mixing, I'm not able to fulfill all the 4 R's accurately, then the responses will not be positive, will be negative, definitely. Isn't it? So, people will misunderstand me. And that is when I would say, always be aware of one family. Do not allow that family to ever enter your family. Which family? Do you know that family? Very cunningly it enters your family and it can destroy the whole family. The first one to enter is misunderstanding. She's always first to come in anybody's life. But she's never alone. She's always accompanied by a companion, Mr. Doubt. Wherever there is misunderstanding, Mr. Doubt follows. I know this must be the this must be the reason, this must be the problem, this must have happened. That is why it is like this. No? So wherever there is misunderstanding, Mr. Doubt is there. And when the two are there, therefore creation follows. For creation, master jealousy, master hatred, master animosity, and the last one, master leg pulling. Then we start pulling one another's legs. So this family is so much united. Wherever they go together. And they can destroy any family. And this is what happens. Any relationship that breaks, and you ask why, what happened? A little bit of misunderstanding. And the misunderstanding was not able to be cleared. And so the whole family had come, and so the relationship broke. It always begins with a small misunderstanding. And how does a misunderstanding come? How does a misunderstanding? You'd like to do a small exercise? Huh? You all have a piece of paper, or in your mobile, you can open up the note page if you can, or a piece of paper if you have, or on your hand also. You can write. Everyone ready? Okay. Just draw a horizontal line. Draw a horizontal line. Draw a horizontal line. Have you done that? Okay. Now, you have done that, everyone? Now, write the first and the last letter of your first name at each end. Write the first and the last letter of your first name at each ends. Have you done that? Everyone? Okay. Now, how many of you have written one letter here and one letter here? Just raise your hands. Please. How many of you have written two letters here, first and last here? Anyone? Nobody? What did I say? What did I say?
You should write the first letter of your name on one end, and the last letter of your name.
I didn't say that. I said, write the first and the last letter of your first name at each end. So specific. Write the first and the last letter of your first name at each end. What happened? Where was the problem? Misunderstanding? And I'm telling you, this is an exercise of misunderstanding. So I thought everybody was alert. No? What happened? What happened? Where was the problem, on your side or my side? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because now I'm having a doubt. Now I'm having a doubt that I've been speaking for about 40 minutes. How much would have been misunderstood? Huh? If a simple sentence which has only one meaning, yeah, there are certain sentences which has two meanings, but this was a simple sentence which had only one meaning, like the first and the last letter of your first name at each end. And still, it was misunderstood. Okay, I can understand one or two can misunderstand me, not the whole gathering. Huh? So where is the problem? On your side or my side? Now maybe you are having a doubt that we are all literate people sitting here. How can we misunderstand a simple sentence like this? There is definitely some trick. Sister is trying to play a trick with us. Do you have this doubt? Yes? Look, yes. You're having a doubt, huh? So we should not go on, otherwise all the other four will also come here. You want to know where the problem was? Actually, when I was speaking the sentence, you're not listening to me. You're not listening. What were you doing? What were you doing? No, it was done. I asked. 2 times I asked. So it is done? And you said yes. Then I moved ahead. What were you doing? You were looking at me. And I was very clear in my verbal communication, like the first and the last letter of your first name at each end. But my body language was communicating something else. And you're looking at me, trying to understand the message on the basis of my body language. What my body language said, like the first and the last letter of your first name. You're looking at this finger, and this finger misguided everyone. This is how misunderstanding comes in life. Sometimes we are not listening to one another. We think we have understood. We are just looking at the body language and trying to understand. And the body language may be saying something else. And this is how misunderstanding comes in our relationships, in our roles. All the 4R gets disturbed and the relationship breaks. Because we don't understand the message. And we feel it's a simple sentence. Why can't we understand? We have understood. This is what we think. We understand. What do you think of us? Don't we understand? Okay, it was very easy for you to say that the problem was on your side now itself. But if after half an hour, after the high tea, maybe if we come back again and I ask you, so have you done the exercise? Have you written two letters at each end? You'd say, sister, you just said one letter. I said, I'm very clear in my mind what I wanted. So I've spoken accurately. And you'd say, majority wins. Because if everybody has done that, means you have said that. And we never agree, or we never take up that responsibility that the problem was on our side and understanding. In families, in relationships, we never agree, okay, the problem was on my side. Do we agree? No. And this is how misunderstanding comes in, and Mr. Doubt comes in, and then the 4 children also come. They're so much united. They can break any relationship, any family, any society at large. Just a small misunderstanding. And it is all because we don't listen, we look at the body language, and we try to understand the whole message. Right? Any questions? Yeah?
Sometimes when people talk and they communicate in this, they may be saying something very nice, but the body language shows that they're not meaning what they say.
Yeah.
You can feel it and you can see it.
Yeah.
So that's what you did to us.
Yeah. Because I said in the beginning that this is an exercise on misunderstanding. How misunderstanding comes in. You know, I thought everyone was alert, but no one was alert. We took it to be so simple, and so it was misunderstood. This is what happens in practical life as well. And this is why we find relationships are breaking every day. The roles that we have to play, we're not able to play accurately. The responsibilities and then our complete routine is changed. Lot of stress, we cannot sleep at night, we wake up late in the during the day and then still we are not fresh. So everything, all the 4 hours are disturbed. And we don't know what to do with ourselves. Right? So we have to take care of these 4 hours very well. This is being the soul of the society. Right? Okay? So we had a good nourishment. Now for the relaxation. You sit back, comfortable but alert, and you can keep your eyes open if you can, because as it is said, we are all karma yogis. And when we are karma yogis, we have to perform our duty, we have to perform whatever our activities are. Every time if we have this practice of closing our eyes, then we can't be karma yogis. So if we have this practice with open eyes, then even though we are doing our routine work, then we can be in the state of relaxation. So that is why Brahma Kumaris advise, keep your eyes open, be natural, and focus your attention on the point of light in front of you. And just as when we stand in front of the sun, we don't beg from the sun, "Oh sun, give me your warmth." You stand there, and within a few minutes you feel the warmth is entering the complete body, and you can feel that warmth. Similarly, God is also a point of light. We don't have to beg from Him, "Oh God, give me peace, give me happiness." The moment I focus my attention on that supreme light, you can feel the vibrations also going into the point, the soul, which is in the center of the forehead. And we recharge ourselves with that power. Because it is said that from our body, there are 3 doors from where the energy is released and we take in. According to Bhakti, the first is the feet. That is why when people meet the elders or some great person, they touch the feet like this. It shows that the vibrations that are coming out of the feet, let it come towards me. It doesn't come, but that is just a belief. The second is the hands. Therefore, when people go to great people or elders, they say, "Bless us. Put your hand on us, on our head, so that we are blessed, so that we receive the energy from here." But the right method is, nowadays, yes, people have knee problems, so we won't ask anyone to sit down. But those who can at home, if you have place and they can fold your legs so that the energy does not go out, fold it. The moment it is folded, it stops. Like you have a running water from a pipe, you just fold the pipe, the water stops. Similarly, when you fold the legs, the energy stops, then close the circuit. So that is why the mode of prayer is always like this, so that we close the circuit and allow that energy to just flow constantly in the body. Either it is folded in this way or in this way, the right hand up and the left hand below. Let it just flow. Let the circuit go complete, continuously. And the third doorway is the eyes. Therefore, when people go to the temples in front of the deities, what do they say? Hey Prabhu, aapki kripa drishti, your vision of blessings, let it shower on me. So it means God blesses through the vision. So all the gods and goddesses are shown with open eyes. But when we go, we close our eyes. So He is blessing us. But if I keep my doors closed, I'm not receiving that. And when I'm not receiving it, I go empty-handed and come empty-handed outside. See? Because He is trying to shower, but I don't take in, I close my doors. So don't close your doors. He's blessing you, He's giving you the energy. Take in. The more you are able to take in and let it circulate, let it flow. Whenever we go to temple, and if somebody asks us, where are you going? What do we say? For darshan. We are going in for darshan. But there we close our eyes and the gods and goddesses' eyes are open. So who is taking the darshan of whom? Did we ever realize? So are we going to get the darshan or are we going to give our darshan to Him? Small mistakes we make in life because of ignorance. We never did the darshan. Did we ever do the darshan of the deities? No, we always went there and closed our eyes and stood there, sang the songs, sang prayers, but we never took the darshan. Darshan means allow that vibrations to go in. That is darshan. Darshana. According to the Hindi words, darshan, this word comes from darshana. Let it come in. Let the vibrations flow. That is darshan. So, we really take the darshan. Okay, so you can keep your eyes open, focus on the point of light, allow the vibrations to just flow in. I'll just give you some few thoughts. Don't just listen to the thoughts, feel them. Try to go into the feelings of it, okay? So for a few moments, realize that in the center of the forehead, I am a point of spiritual light, divine light. I visualize myself as a being in the body. Slowly and gradually, I focus my attention on the supreme light, the supreme being. who is the ocean of all divine qualities. And I allow the energy of the Supreme Being to flow. To recharge the soul. Gradually, I realize that I relax from within. My mind calms down and I can feel mental relaxation. I realize I am a peaceful being. Peace is my true nature. I am a pure being. I visualize the aura of purity around me. I'm encircled, engulfed by divine light. And I feel so comfortable being in this aura. It protects me, keeps me safe from all the evils, all negativities. I'm a loveful being. I allow the vibrations of peace, purity, and love to flow. What a beautiful feeling I'm in. I come back to my real self in the present moment. Om Shanti, Shanti.